Good morning, students. Welcome back to chemistry class. So last class we have seen some physical properties of metals and non-metals, right? We have seen metals are we discussed with the examples of a steel spoon and a wooden spoon. Yes, and we have seen metals are shiny in their appearance, so we can say metals are lustrous. Then what about their hardness? They are very hard in nature. Then they are good conductors of heat. Yes, and we also have seen the why we are using silver foils or aluminium foil for wrapping food items. This is because one of the special property of metal, that is their malleability. What is malleability? Yes, you may answering now. Yes, it is the property of the metals by which they can be flattened or they can be beaten into thin sheets. That is why gold is used for making jewelries. Similarly, silver foils are used for wrapping chocolates, and aluminium foil is used for wrapping food items. Yes. And in contrast, when we say about non-metals, we can say they are dull in their appearance. They are not very hard. Then they are non-conductors of heat and they are non-malleable in nature. Today let us see further physical properties of metals and non-metals. First one, let us check whether metal is a good conductor of electricity. You will say definitely, because you know copper wires are used in electric circuit, isn't it? Copper is a metal and it is a good conductor. That is why we are using copper as a copper in electrical circuits. So let us do that by using an experiment. I have some items here, that is a battery, then a bulb, then a wire, see an iron nail, and a plastic is also here. So let us check when this bulb glows. I can make the circuit by using iron nail, and second case we will make the circuit by using this plastic. In which case or both the cases whether the bulb will glow or not, we will see. So here I have made a circuit. You can see the circuit here. I have used a battery, a wire, a bulb and an iron nail. From the battery I have connected a wire, then that is to the iron nail. From the iron nail another wire is connected to the bulb, and then the bulb one wire is connected to battery. Then you can see when the circuit is complete, the bulb glows. Yes, so we can say iron nail can conduct electricity, and iron is an example for a metal. So from this experiment it is clear metals are good conductors of electricity. Now let us do the same experiment by using a plastic piece. So here another circuit is made by using battery, again bulb and a plastic piece. You can see here. See, this is a plastic piece. You know what are plastics? Last chapter we learned about plastics. Plastics are polymers, and most of the plastic, the basic content if you see, that is Teflon, then polythene, all these if you polythene bags and all, you know, polythene, it is a polymer of ethene. The molecular formula of ethene is C2H4. Then if you consider Teflon, that is also tetrafluoroethene. Its formula is CF2 double bond CF2 or C2F4 I can say. So can you say in C2H4 and C2F4 what is the common element? You can see I said C2H4 and C2F4. So C is the common element present in both the materials, isn't it? And what is C? C stands for carbon. So I can say this plastic also contains carbon. And what about the bulb? Is it glowing? Can you see? No, it is not glowing. So we can say plastic is a non-conductor. That is why the bulb does not glow if you use a plastic piece instead of a metal piece. Clear? So we can say non-metals are non-conductors of electricity. So here another circuit is made by using battery, again bulb, and a plastic piece. You can see here. See, this is a plastic piece. You know what are plastics? Last chapter we learned about plastics. Plastics are polymers, and most of the plastic, the basic content if you see, that is Teflon, then polythene, all these, if you polythene bags and all, you know, polythene, it is a polymer of ethene. The molecular formula of ethene is C2H4. Then if you consider Teflon, that is also tetrafluoroethene. Its formula is CF2 double bond CF2 or C2F4 I can say. So can you say in C2H4 and C2F4 what is the common element? You can see I said C2H4 and C2F4. So C is the common element present in both the materials, isn't it? And what is C? C stands for carbon. So I can say this plastic also contains carbon. And what about the bulb? Is it glowing? Can you see? No, it is not glowing. So we can say plastic is a non-conductor. That is why the bulb does not glow if you use a plastic piece instead of a metal piece. Clear? So we can say non-metals are non-conductors of electricity. Next is, do you see metallic bells in temples and all? Why they are not using wooden bells? This is because metals can make a ringing sound when struck on a hard surface. So already I have an iron nail here and a coin also. Both are made of metals. Yes, iron nail. Iron nail is made of iron and this is maybe steel. So that also basic element is iron. So let us, can you hear a sound? Metals can make a ringing sound when struck on a hard surface. And this property of the metal is known as sonorous nature. Metals are sonorous. How can you say metals are sonorous, or what do you mean by sonorous nature of metal? Metals can make a ringing sound when struck on a hard surface. Clear? And again take the piece of plastic. It is made of carbon. Carbon is a non-metal. Can you hear the same sound that made by the coin? No. So we can say non-metals are non-sonorous. Clear? So we are comparing the properties of metals and non-metals. We have seen metals are good conductors of electricity, whereas non-metals are poor conductors. And what about the sonorous nature? Metals are sonorous, whereas non-metals are non-sonorous. So this about the physical properties. So we can say based on all these physical properties, the materials in the nature can be classified into two types. One is metals and the other is non-metals. Once again, starting from the first, metals are, and one more thing I forgot to say, that is you can see, yes, copper wires are used in electric circuit, isn't it? And see, copper is drawn into thin wires. If you see this one single wire, you can see it is very thin, isn't it? So we can say metals can be drawn into thin wires also, and that property is known as ductility. So what is ductility? Ductility is another property of the metal by virtue of which they can be drawn into thin wires, whereas non-metals cannot be. So non-metals are non-ductile, whereas metals are ductile. So today we have seen three properties. One is conductivity of electricity, then sonorous property, and the third one is ductility. Clear? And let us rewind the first properties, that is metals are, what about the first one? Metals are lustrous, then they are hard, then they are good conductors of heat, they are malleable, they are ductile, they are good conductors of electricity, and they are sonorous. What about the non-metals? Non-metals are dull, then they are not very hard, they are poor conductors of heat and electricity, then they are non-malleable, non-ductile, non-sonorous, and we can say they are brittle. That is, take a coal piece, kari, isn't it? When we if you try to break it, that it will become powder, isn't it? Coal, if we struck or strike with a hammer or something, then suddenly it will break into powder. So that nature, that is the property by which a substance breaks into powdery form, is known as brittle nature. So we can add one more property to the non-metals, that is, non-metals are brittle in nature. Brittle, B-R-I-T-T-L-E, brittle in nature. So based on this, the materials are classified into two, metals and non-metals, and we have seen their properties also. And can you remember the examples for metals? Yes, most of the things that we use in the kitchen and all, that is the cycle, all these are made up of iron. So iron is a good example for a metal. Then we can say copper wire, aluminium vessels we are using, aluminium is another example. Okay, and sodium, potassium, like that many metals you can see in the periodic table. And the examples for non-metals, the first one is coal or carbon, you can say. Then what? Sulfur. Then the gases that we that is present in the atmosphere, like oxygen, nitrogen, argon, all these are non-metal. Hydrogen, these are all non-metals. Thank you.